it is. Look who it is. Fam, what's going on? It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies, and I am here with none other than guess who put a face to the name. It's MJ Lover in the building. MJ, what's good, fam?
What's up? What up, though?
What
What
up,
up,
though? What up,
though?
though? Hey, fam, I am so excited to be doing this segment with you. Appreciate you for even taking the time, being interested to be able to add this to the platform. I've seen your energy just around the sports bet and the picks, sharing that knowledge from an educational purpose with just the fams and people that come through the channel. That I thought, wait, why not? Let's talk bets with MJ Lover, and this is for entertainment purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. If y'all get
Exactly.
rich off this, that's good. But this is for us. It's just entertainment purposes. We got to say that. Rashid Beats, I appreciate you jumping in on the Instagram. Uh, MJ, before we get started with just sharing the picks that we're gonna talk about, and today we're doing WNBA picks. If you don't mind, give us a little bit about you, how you got into the betting world, and kind of like your philosophy, strategy, kind of like around it. Break that down for us.
Yeah, so like a lot of people, a lot of us have been, betting offline before there was some online betting, about everything, whether it's, games on TV or betting against each other on the court or on the field or whatever the case may be. It's always been a part of my life and my friends' lives and people that touch me. Online betting, it's just one of the things that gets me. It's one of the things that will keep me interested in certain games or sports if I don't have a vested interest in it. Um, Getting to this point where I'm at right now, where I made sure that it's fun. I'm gonna make sure that it's fun so that it doesn't turn into a business. This isn't a business for me or anything like that. It's all about betting the system, see if I can beat Vegas a few times. But for the most part, what we're gonna do, the vision, and it's gonna grow as we go along, is to educate people on what they're watching. And if they want to take advantage and say, hey, you know what, maybe I can make a few dollars on this too, we're here to help with that. Right. So we want you to have fun, entertainment purposes only. All the slogans, know your limit, stay within it, all that stuff. Make sure you got the 800 number available to you if you need it. There was times back in the day where I thought I was gonna have to call the 800 number, and I'm like, you know what? I might have to show up at the office, knock on the door.
Y'all
Like,
keeps going to the office. Hold on.
yeah. I can't. I gotta see somebody in person. Can I sit on the couch or something? Can I talk to somebody? I don't know how does this work. But no, it's gonna be all fun. It's gonna be mostly fun, right? So I mean, you get to
Yo,
the point where we're we're gonna talk about the games. I'm gonna give some picks. Um, I'm gonna give you some stuff that I feel has worked for me. That's gonna give you the best chance to win. I'm going to give you some risky stuff. So if you want to try to risk a little bit more money to make more money, then I'm going to give you those picks too, right? So just know that I'm not an expert, but I'm an enthusiast, and I do decently on my single game picks. Right now, I'm doing baseball. WNBA is back. WNBA is so much better, so much easier than baseball, especially if you're doing long shots. I'm doing home run. I'm doing some home run watch bets right now that I kind of got a formula for, but I'm still
mhm.
waiting. Once I get through to a certain threshold in my bankroll, then I'll probably roll something out to you guys with a formula that has been working for me. And then we can kind of go through it, right? I'm always learning. Cess is always learning. If you guys have questions, you can always ask me. I know we have a few gamblers already in the group. And maybe you have friends and family members, that need an edge. You can come to me. We'll chop it up, see how we can get you successful.
Yep. And so just to build off of that, so we do have the fantasy football from Cess Talks Sports that'll be dropping this month. We got the draft that'll be going on August 25th. Be on the lookout for information on that. It'll be kind of like a two-tier kind of fantasy football league, and then we will be kind of doing this on a daily basis as MJ is available. But really, seriously, if you know somebody, I'm putting the 800 number in the chat. We take everything serious here. If you know somebody that needs the number, hand it out to them. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into these picks. MJ.
Let's do it.
So
All
this
right.
was what we had first up. This is what you had first up. Washington and the Lynx, the Mystics and the Lynx.
So this game coming back from the Olympic break, one of the things you're going to see in a few of these games coming up is you're going to have an Olympic boost, is what they call it. So a lot of the people that were in the Olympics on the teams, they're going to come back, with the utmost confidence, even if they didn't do well on their team as far as team success. They're going to come back ready to play. Most of them, the vast majority of the players that played in the Olympics had more shots, more looks. Maybe they were more the focal points. I saw Van Loo. I guess she doesn't want to be called that anymore. I forgot what she wants to be called, how she wants her last name pronounced now, but she was looking like Cynthia Cooper out there for her team, and I'm sitting there like, who is this, right? But this is what you're gonna get that, right? So, but even the people that weren't able to make the team, they feel that they have something to prove, and a few of those players are on the list, like Ariel Atkins. Like, see, her line right now is 13.5 points. I wouldn't be surprised if she had like 22 or 24 points tonight. I mean, it's just the way that it works sometimes. If she's fully healthy, she's going to put some points up tonight.
Okay.
The Mystics are not, they're not an easy out. It's weird how their record doesn't reflect the potential of how good they can be. They just have a breakdown, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time, right? They're good for a half. Which half? First half or second half? They were good for 3/4 in a couple games, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off. So I don't know how to explain that at all. But Ariel Atkins, I have her over 13.5 points. What do you think about that, Cess?
I think that's a good pick. I'm still very, very new to it. So I'm really a novice, but I think Ariel is going to go over 13.5. I think, listen, they've been rested. Minnesota, I don't like to use the term trap game, but you got Cheryl just coming back from Paris. You got Nafisa coming back. Nafisa wasn't playing before they left for the Olympics. Nafisa looked like she was moving pretty well in Paris. I don't know if Nafisa's ready to come back and jump right back into the WNBA action, or if they'll still be working her back in slowly. So I think it's a good opportunity for Washington to get off and get started. I think that Washington is like the Sparks. They're one of those teams that could beat anybody and lose to anybody. Right. That's just where they are right now. And I think that has more to do with decisions that were made by front office and the coaching staff than actual personnel that they have on the floor. So I think it's a good opportunity for Ariel to go over 13.5 for sure.
So here's a question. Before we get to the next pick, I have a question for you too. And this is, you bring up Fee, and this is exactly what baffles me sometimes about the W and how they do their lineups. She's not in the starting lineup.
Okay.
Why is that?
Probably because jet lag, coming back from the Olympics, some rest. Probably looking at, to me, sure, Reeves is probably looking at Washington like, probably should be able to beat them without Nafisa. Nafisa should be able to get a rest. Lots of love, 69. I appreciate you jumping in over there, fam. That's Juju Middleton. So I think that you can rest Nafisa in this game. And quite honestly, MJ, like, and I don't know how it looks like from a sports betting perspective, right? But how I'm looking at it just as like a lover of the game is Minnesota. If you can't beat Washington without Nafisa, who are you? Who are you? Right? You're talking about you're talking about you want to be a champion in the league, right? Like if you can't beat Washington without Nafisa, then who are you? So I think for me, it's right there. You know, like who are you then? So
exactly.
That would be it for me. Like I'm questioning Minnesota. It's as LL the agent would say, like I'm side eye. I'm side eye on Minnesota. If y'all can't beat the Mystics without Nafisa. So
exactly.
But at the same time, I'm telling y'all at the same time, the Washington Mystics can beat any team any day and can lose to any team any day. It just depends on how they show up.
Right. Exactly. The odds that you see posted on websites or wherever the case may be, they have the Minnesota's -9. They say there's going to be about 156 points in this game. The Mystics try to control tempo, but if Minnesota, they have a nice methodical offense. If they swing the ball around, a lot of people are going to get touches and they'll get open shots. It looks like with Fee not starting, that's why a few of these people are going to get boosts. Ariel Atkins will be one of them. The next pick will be Caleb McBride. Caleb McBride should be over 16 points today. She is she's not a wild card per se, but anytime that you're betting on players that shoot a lot of threes and make a lot of threes, there's also another prop that goes along with that that's risky. And you'll hear that from me on occasion, probably every episode that we do. I'll give you straight bets that I feel are going to hit. And then I'm also going to give you some risky bets too, because the risky bets have better odds on them and they get you more money when they hit. Right. So you play them at your own risk. I'll say that.
Play them all. Play them all at your own risk. This
exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep reminding y'all that this for entertainment sport. This for entertainment purposes. Don't be blaming. Don't go to blaming Cess Talks Sports or MJLover. I told y'all to put that 800. I put that 800 number in the chat. If you need it, use it.
Hey man, you can blame me all you want. I'm telling you right now. The picks that you see on here, I play most of them. If I don't play them, I'll put it in the Discord or whatever the case may be, but I'll put them as risky. If they're risky, there's some of them I won't play. But what I'm going to try to do, like I did before, and I think Seth saw that, is I'll put my win-loss on my single bets in there. One thing I'm not going to put in there are parlays. Not putting parlays in. We'll go through parlays either, we'll probably do parlays on another episode just because parlays are, if you're a real gambler, if you're a degenerate gambler, you love parlays. Parlays are really hard to hit, especially if you're trying to maximize your money, right? Parlays are kind of like, I won't say like playing the lotto, but parlays are like, what's a good example of a parlay? Parlays are like trying to hit, if you play DraftKings and FanDuel, like for instance, I play the Millie Maker on DraftKings every week. Every week when the football season starts, you can win. First prize wins $1 million. However, you will be going up against probably 150 to 200,000 people every week, right? That's
okay.
Somewhat of a parlay, but your odds are a little bit better when you pick, 2 or 3 versus 7 or 8 picks to try to win big, right? But we'll go through it. We'll go through that too. Now,
let's jump in the chat real quick. Let me jump in the chat.
Do it.
Lots of love. 69 say, "What's up, fam? Looking good. Appreciate that, Julie. Hello, Jeffrey. What's good? LL, the agent in the building came in just as I was talking about the agent. Bro, hey, Bookie, what's going on? Tonight's backyard garden. You got my $50 ready? Who got your $50 ready? MJ. Who got $50?
Come
What
in with
app
the
are we
money.
using to bet? So we are actually trying
Great
to
question.
see which app works best for the fam. We are all kind of spread out different places. We finding out if there's a app that we all have in common that we can use across the different states and locations. Right now, I'm doing kind of like Bet MGM, and I think I have like DraftKings.
Mm.
But we'll figure this thing out. We're hoping to get to a point where we get like a sponsorship or something
Sponsor.
for a sponsor for our Cess Talks Bets with MJ. So we'll keep working that out. But let us know what's working for you. MJ did mention the Discord. One thing about the Discord, in order to get the invite to the Discord and get the additional information he's talking about, you have to subscribe to Cess Talk Sports. And then you have to get the invite to the Discord into the mention. So that's the way into the additional information. Rasheen Beats, this is cool to see brother MJLover23. Yes,
That
yes, yes. Put a face with the name Court under 10. Why you do my girl like that? Why you got Court under 10? Courtney Williams under 10 and a half points. You knew that Danae was coming with the go court. We need to understand this thinking here, sir. Why court? Why court? Especially, I want to know. I want to hear why you say, and then I'll tell you why I would have said under 10 and a half. So I'm interested to hear your reason.
Well, I'm strictly going off of the numbers, right? So as I look at her last 3 to 4 games, I'll go through Vegas. She had 4 points. Seattle, she had 6 points. In Indiana at home, she had 10 points, and at home against Atlanta before the break, she had 8 points. Right? She's an assist guard. She can score, but she's looking to get her team involved, and that's what I keep seeing on. I mean, yeah, the last 4 games she scored double figures once. So
Here's the thing.
Real
I
simple.
wonder, are you seeing that? Oh, so I thought that I was seeing with Court like trending in the wrong direction for me. Like it seemed like minutes were down a little bit, numbers down a little bit. So I wasn't sure if they weren't utilizing Court as much as they used to. I'm not sure. I just was feeling like it was a change there. But I also feel like you said Court is more of a true floor general. So if it would be up on the assist, down on the points for me always with Court. I see Danae down here giving me a hard time. No, I'm not against y'all too. Go Court. Look, go Court. Go Court.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see our love
out.
win. Yeah, we want to see her win. So for me, it's just if it was assist, I'm up on assist. Points, I'm down on that.
Yeah.
And then I see, hey, Miracle Rider for you. C Smoke, what's good? MJ and Cess. Big Mama Steph getting under 8. She should be well rested. Why you got Stephanie Dolson under the 8 points?
Unless they're going to play her like she played in the Olympics, her role has always been kind of the backup, right? And I thought for sure that they would utilize her more. I'm not sure. When I look at their games, she gets touches, but she's not as nearly aggressive as a lot of the other players that she plays with.
Okay.
They mix her with a lot of the starters. Like she's not. When has she ever been like on the floor? Has she ever been like the second option? Like I know the first option. I'm not even gonna go that far. But how is she usually the third or fourth option when she comes in the game? Right. When I see it, it's usually the third option. Right. I don't really see her as a second option. She gets opportunities, she takes advantage of it. But that's why I can't. I mean, if I move the line myself. To let's say I moved her up to 10, most likely she's gonna hit 8 or 9, maybe. Okay. Right. Okay. I can go through her last. That's great. I'm glad you brought that up too, because I was gonna bring her up. 1 second here. I just had her up here too. But yeah, I'm not down on Dolson at all. I mean 8 points. When you have McBride and Williams and Fee and I mean, when you got a lineup like that, I mean, and Smith, I mean, 8 points isn't bad when you have that kind of lineup that you're running behind. They don't even have a summary for her.
So here's my thing with Dolson, though, right? So Dolson is like, I think first or second option coming off the bench if Elena Deladonna's in the building, right?
Right.
Her everything that she does shifts. But the under 8 points, where do you see the offense coming from? See, to me, you need Dolson to score. So I'd have messed up here. I would have took the over. I would have took the over on Stephanie right here. And I probably should be looking at numbers. But I would just off gut feeling, I would have said, okay, I think this thing needs to run through Stephanie, and I would have went with the over. So talk to me about that one.
So one of the things that the Mystics do that make them the helter-skelter team that they are is they play really good defense at times at the center and forward position, right? So they hold teams, from what I can see, looks like to 4 field goals a game at the center position and about the same for the forward position.
Oh yeah, they play Asia really well.
Right.
It's surprising how well the Mystics play Asia.
That's the whole thing. You have a mix of rookies and veterans. You know, they're all pretty skilled. They actually seem to be well coached on interior defense. It's just, you know, once you get to the second and third pass, they kind of get lost. But for the most part, they do a really good job on the interior defense, right? So that's always going to actually knock you down a point or two, depending on what the lineup is. That doesn't affect, like, you know, the stars too much, like Fee and those guys that actually, you know, they feast inside and outside. But for Dulcet, she's not the best athlete too, and it's just better. It's a better matchup for the Mystics than other forwards and centers. Hopefully that makes sense.
Okay, let me see. Now I choose bet on Dolson. I wouldn't take on Ariel. Court is due over, and McBride is consistent. That's what we get from Julie Middleton. Okay, Julie. Okay.
Okay, that's a good question. So if Fee's not starting, which is 20 points a game, why wouldn't you take Ariel for the over on 13-5? She's going to get more minutes, more shots, right? She's going to touch the ball more. Courtney's going to be looking for her more than most of the other players when Fee's not on the floor. Why wouldn't you take the over on 13.5? Right? I mean, 13.5 is actually conservative for Ariel too, right? Because like I said, she might be over 20 points today, just because she's going to be starting. She's getting everybody's getting more of a time boost with Fee coming off the bench. So I gotta go on the over on that one for sure.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I'm cool with it. Either she's playing point guard this year. What's good, fam? Gonna learn me something today about betting. Bree Wayne. I'm in there learning too. I got my notepad out. What's good? Yeah. The bot in the building. What's good? C Smoke in the building. What up, C Smoke? Y'all talking show right here. I'm not gonna get in on that. Over on Steph, definitely, unless Aaliyah will be first option, and I doubt that. Okay.
We gonna see.
Nope, I ain't understand the words you said, MJ. We gonna have to have a special class with you.
It's recorded. That's why it's recorded.
You got to come to the. We'll have a review in the Discord when you got time. Let us know. I love Game of Thrones. I don't know how to feel. Okay, House of Dragons. That's okay. So, are we finished? We got everything on the Washington Minnesota game. We ready to move to the next one?
We got a risky bet. We got a risky bet.
We got a risky bet. I need to. So this is the one that you say like at your own risk. Is that it?
Yeah. This is one that you can do without, but if you feel like gambling, okay, you can definitely take it. It's a good bet. It has good odds on it. Kayla McBride to make more than 2.5 3-pointers. Now, looking at her last 3 or 4 games before the break, she made 4 threes against Atlanta, 2 threes against Indiana, 6 threes against Seattle, 1 against Las Vegas, 2 against Washington, and 3 against Connecticut. So that averages out to about, what does it say on here? Yeah, about 2.5. But I think she'll get more just because it's the Mystics, and the Mystics give up more 3-point looks than any other team in the NBA, in the WNBA. So it's a little risky, but I mean, unless Kayla goes 1 for 9, I'm taking the over on that.
All right. I hear you.
It's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be actually a good pick. I might even parlay that for a little dough.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. They coming in here. We got Cess in the library with the books, counting the books and balancing the books. See what I did there? Wody Mac, what's good, fam? Risky bet. Atkins average 15.8. Oh yeah, she'll get more than 13. Okay,
thank you,
Rasheen.
Thank appreciate you. That.
I think Ariel Atkins should have been in that top 25 ESPN released. Okay, so you think Ariel is not getting the coverage that do? I'm gonna have to take a look at that. See smoke. Okay,
can't take away from that.
Make that 50 for me, MJ. I'll send my cash app. Send 50 for me too tonight. You know how we is, fam. Sometimes me, sometimes you.
Yeah, there's a $50 fee.
Thanks for making it bigger, Cess. I was about to pull my glasses. Don't pull your glasses out, Bookie. I am here for it. I am here for it. I'm here for it. I got you. Okay, so we got another risky bet, or we on to the next?
On to the next.
So this is the game y'all know that I'm looking forward to tonight. This is the Big Cock Copper, Big Fo Senior, and Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso, Kennedy Carter. So Barbie and Ken, AK-15. Should be a movie tonight. What do you got?
So this game, 166 is the total in this game between the two teams, and Phoenix is favored by 3 in Chicago. Now, Cess and I went over the pregame on this, and it looks like there's a number of players that are out or game time decisions, and that includes Big CC. So Carter's on that list too. I'm not sure why. I couldn't find anything that told me why she is on the game time decision list, but she was one of my picks along with Angel Reese, which I may have to switch it over to Copper, just because I mean Copper's kind of a free square, to be honest with you. And what I mean by free square is it's almost a no-brainer to actually pick Copper in a bet. If you're going to be betting on something tonight, like Copper is 23.5. I have her going over 23.5 points tonight in this game. I don't think anybody has an answer for Copper in the W. It's all about whether or not she's going to make shots or not. And that's great when you have a player like that you can throw on a slip and just know that she's going to get buckets, right? I mean, honestly, I was going to go to her last 3 games. We don't need to see that. We know if you've been watching W and you've been watching Copper, you know she's good for at least 25 on a regular basis if she wants to have it, right? So that's a free square. Chinity was put at 20.5 points. I was picking the over on her, but until I get more information, I would put her as a risky bet just because she is. I keep refreshing to try to see if she's off of the game.
Oh, here we go. I got some info for you from the chat. Yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah, we live tonight, VIP, and then we own into the game. Phoenix is favored in Chicago. I'm kind of surprised by that. Try to be live in the chat. Got Chicago winning tonight. So Ken hurt her ankle, but said she was okay on her IG. So does that and then thank you all in this prime for joining on Instagram. When you hear something like that, right? So it's the player telling you, yo, I'm better on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Do you factor that in, or do you wait until you see something on the official announcement as far as like if they're a game time decision or whatever? Do you trust what they say on the IG and make the bet there, or do you wait until you see like, yo, there it go?
On the basic premise of what she's saying, you're always encouraged by that. But the second level and the third level of things is, does she play well when she has when she's hurt? I don't want to say injury, because if you're injured, you can't play. But if you're hurt, you can play. And people overlook this all the time. The Twitter and the X feeds or the Instagram feeds that you get, that information is gold. It's absolute gold, because with Carter, we all know she's a bucket, and people can't guard her. However, does she play well? Does she still play well hurt? Does she play better hurt? Does she not play better hurt? And for people that's watched her over the years, they'll know if she plays better hurt or not, right? I mean, what's a good example? I mean, I'm not saying Isaiah Thomas in Game 6, 1989 or 1988 finals, that type of play and hurt. But some athletes can block that out, mentally, it makes them stronger.
LeBron does it. LeBron does it all the time. Does it all the time. They be like, "Oh, he rolled his ankle," and then he ties up his shoe, and it's like, okay, he tied his shoe up a little tighter, and he moves on.
Yeah, and I mean, his philosophy is he's not hurt. Like, oh man, you need to you need to get taped up. No, I'm good.
Nah, because then it becomes when you see yourself get taped up, then it's a different mentality. Exactly. Then you're thinking about being taped up, right? So I'm not hurt. I tied my shoe up, but I was asking more for like Kennedy is like, I'm good. Mm-hmm. From a betting perspective, I would be like, oh, Ken says she's good. I'm going to go place the bet.
Right.
But should I trust that with Ken saying she's good, that Kennedy's probably not a good choice, because I think her and Teaspoon have a good conversation, but more about, is the coach going to actually let them go? Because sometimes you see players all the time, like Camila Cardoso was ready to play the day after she hurt her shoulder, right? Yeah. Camila was coming back June 1st. She was like, hey, this is when I'm coming back. The team had a different idea. So I was just wondering, like, in those type of situations, not something as serious as like a shoulder with Camila, but like ankle with Kennedy, can we trust? Okay, Ken says she's good. Teaspoon's gonna play her. It's a safe bet, or maybe don't make that bet today.
It's not as safe as it would be if she was healthy, of course. But like I said, if she's saying she's good, then you can actually place the bet with confidence. Okay. What did I have her at? I thought she was good for about 23 or 24 points myself. She might be right over 20 in that case. The Phoenix guards, I mean, I've only seen a few teams that actually play Trinity well, but the problem is that one of those teams that was supposed to play Trinity well were the Aces, and we all saw what happened in that game. So I'm not doubting Carter at all. So I'll still place that bet for over 20.5 on that.
Got it. Okay. Right. Danae like all these odds. Okay, so that's me. You sending your 50 and my 50 together for the odds, because the odds look good.
And the fee, and the $50 fee. So
it's a lot.
That over.
It's a lot on the Cash App. It's a lot on the Cash App, but we can discuss that offline. In fact, I got Phoenix losing back to Chicago and Indiana. Okay, see smoke. Well, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Cess and MJ. Today in chat, fam. Hope everyone is having a great day. Thick, big, and Afro. What's good, fam?
Yeah.
Only problem with the Sky I see is the 3 game. Okay. So you don't think Venom fixed that? Are you saying you don't think Venom solves that? And we about to be gazillionaires catching PJs and all sweet games. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Remember, for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, we about to be gazillionaires. What else you got on this one, MJ?
So we'll move on to Angel Roy Reese.
Okay. Call her Angel Roy.
Now, this is it's weird. Her coming off of her break, and we saw her all over the place on IG, which is good. Sound like she was getting work in too, headed towards the first game of the restart of the season. So that's always good too. I have her under 13.5 points today, but I do have her over 12.5 rebounds. And 12.5 rebounds, I know people are, I know she's the double queen. We all know that. But I know that there are some people that are like, 12.5 rebounds, that's a lot of rebounds. But from what I can see, she is, let me see, 10 last 3 games, 10 rebounds, 16 rebounds, 10 rebounds, and then the game before that, she had 13 rebounds. Even with BG, Phoenix gives up. They're in the top tier of giving up rebounds to the opposition in the WNBA, which you would think with BG that's not possible. But BG had a 4 rebound game this season.
Yeah,
and I watched that game, and I'm like, she wasn't really trying to hustle to the ball either. So I was like, okay, all right. So she, she's tall, she's getting a little old, she's a little heavier than she used to be. So I mean, some of those loose balls, she's just gonna, make a business decision and head back down court. With that said, that's perfect for Reese. What she gonna do. Wherever the ball goes, she has a magnet for it. So she's gonna go get it. I have no doubt. She may have 15 rebounds tonight. Now the only thing is, with the scoring, right? Unless she gets a lot of free throws, most likely she's going to be under 13 points tonight, right? Her ceiling, from what I can see in her averages, will probably be 11 or 12 tonight against Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any risky bets for this game?
I got a few. So,
and Rasheen is saying Mercury is lazy on the rebounds.
Right.
15.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's what I think too. I thought a risky bet. Diana Taurasi, 15.5 points. I have her as a risky bet, and I would pick the under on her with her 15.5 points. In the Olympics, we kind of saw, the age creep into the legs of Taurasi. And one of the things about the guards, even though the guards for the Sky, they can be questionable at times. I'm trying to be nice about it. They do hustle. And Diana Taurasi coming off the screens and seeing, a Sky uniform either in her face or next to her does disrupt her shot a little bit. But if she hits her first 2, then it could be a long night. But I think coming off of the break, she's still, I don't think she's going to get that 15 mark. I think she may shoot 2 for 8, 2 for 7, 2 for 8 from 3. But she doesn't really do much of anything else except for spot up shooting. She doesn't really drive to the hoop as much as she used to anymore. And another risky bet on top of that too, since she doesn't drive to the hoop a whole lot anymore, she will pass a little bit, and you can probably sneak in a bet for under 4 assists for tonight too. Right, so I don't think she'll get more than 3 assists. And well, she's a shooter. I mean, how often does she get 4 assists or more anyway, right? So that's another risky bet that you can throw on there to try to get your win total up.
Okay. And if y'all haven't seen it, I just got to throw this in there since we're talking about the Chicago Sky. If y'all ain't seen the new Angel Reese commercial, where she's showing how much hate she get online, check for it. I put it in the Discord. Hey, the commercial the advertisement goes crazy. I don't even know if they call it commercials no more. But the level of hate that this young woman gets in just trying to beat Angel Reese every day, crazy. So if you haven't seen it, check that out in the Discord. And we on to the next. On to the
next. All right. So we have the Liberty versus the Sparks. Same game total, 166 as the other. But the Liberty are 11 or actually it looks like it was plus 11.5 is the Vegas line, but it looks like it's dropped down to 11 as of today, which is fine. I mean, double digits is double digits. So if you're going to bet for the win and you're going to take the points, it's not a bad bet to take the points on this one too. Even though the Spark, the only thing I would say about that is in garbage time. So if the Sparks are down a lot in the fourth quarter, they do a good job of scoring when it doesn't really matter, if that makes any sense. So when you may have somebody out of here, you may have somebody say, oh, okay, so they're up 25, so we're good. They may go on a 14-2 run and cut that lead down. And then they have, then they have to put the starters back in and try to battle it out. But by the time that happens, Hamby's making layups, Hamby's getting fouled and going to the free throw line. Kia Nurse might hit a three, maybe. We know Rickea Jackson is in her groove now, so she can go off at any time with more touches. She's going to be one of our picks, but be wary of that line. I think they'll probably win by 15, but just be wary of that. The Sparks do a lot of try hard in the fourth quarter, and sometimes they do close the gap. All right.
So
now,
are you factoring any of the coming back from the Olympics into any of these games? Do you think they'll be tired, jet lagged, or are they just coming back and they should be ready to go because they're the only ones that's continuously played basketball the last few weeks?
It's a mix of both, right? I mean, it's the Olympic boost is a real thing. It's a real thing, even in the NBA too. Like when you're going to see when these cats come back off of start their training camps and the games start, you're going to see players come in with a renewed confidence. Like, I'll give you
gold medal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm best in the world out here. Let me show you something. Who are you talking to?
I'll give you a good example, and this is so crazy to me. Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay was either on the FIBA team or one of the Olympic teams back in the day. And we know Rudy Gay is kind of, your average NBA player, maybe a little bit above average on certain days. He came back and was absolutely killing. And I'm like, who is this guy? But he came back to earth before the All-Star game hit. But he came in and was just, he was trying to do his best in impersonation of Tracy McGrady one year. And I'm like, okay, where did this come from? Like, I don't remember seeing this even in college, but it definitely is a thing. And one of the people that are going to come in after having kind of an up and down Olympics, I'll say that nicely, is Sabrina Ionescu. She is going to come out. She is going to torch the Sparks. I can almost guarantee she's going to get over 20.5 points tonight. Now, the risky bet on her is picking the under in assists. Even though she shoots a lot, she will dish it off if they do decide to actually double her off of screens, which they might, and make her pass out of the double teams. Just because if Sabrina she can go for 6 or 8 in the first quarter. If that happens, they're going to double her more and get the ball out of her hands. But I know driving to the hole, she gets a lot of foul calls, so she'll be at the free throw line. She'll have plenty of opportunities to get over 21 points against the Sparks tonight, for sure. Now, will she pass? She may go for 30, which means she's definitely not going to have 6 assists. But the closer that she gets to 30, the least amount of assists she's going to have in the game.
Okay.
Right. Now, you guys, so we saw the gold medal game. And when she did come in the game, it was mostly she came in as a facilitator because they knew she was a logo 3 shooter and they guarded her accordingly. But she showed some of her playmaking skills by being able to penetrate and dish and get some people opportunities. Defense, that's another story. We're not going to talk about that. But on offense, she can facilitate. So don't take that under 6 assist line for granted, right? That is a risky bet. She can get
risky
assists,
bet,
but I'm predicting that she's not going to get it. this game.
So LL is pushing back and saying she wouldn't bet on Sabrina at all.
What?
At all. Why? And I want to know why. Is it because of the coming off of the Olympics? Is it because they didn't want to shoot in the 3-point contest because they said their shots went off? I want to know, LL, why you wouldn't bet on Sabrina at all. That's I don't know. For me, Derek Hamby, you should have been home from the Olympics for a while. Sabrina and Brittany, to me, are just getting back. I don't even know why Brittany Garner's on there. I must have copied that wrong. But Brianna Stewart is who I was really supposed to be saying, and Sabrina are just kind of getting back. Stewie played a lot in Paris. And then it was a big celebration, and then you fly back, and then I don't even know if they've been home. Did they come straight into Los Angeles because they're playing in Los Angeles? So it's just like, I don't know. Will they be tired? I guess is kind of my thing.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Well, Stewie's handling the Unrivaled business too, right? So she got a lot of wood in the fire. So maybe she may be a little bit tired coming in. Now the only thing is with that, and I'm glad you put that up there because there was only 2 that I was going to pick from here, but I think we may hit on all of these for a second because just this game alone might be able to make you a little bit of coin today. Stewie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead.
So Rasheen is saying Sabrina is streaky, but I think she's good for 19. 20 might be pushing it. LA guards can play D. It's because Sabrina been faking lately. She not consistent enough for me, but she should be well rested from riding that bench. Okay.
Interesting.
On the road. So, but the other thing that I want to throw out here for the New York Liberty is if the Liberty win every game except one, then they'll break the most wins record. Right. So that's what's on the line for them to break the most wins record. They got to win out. They can only lose one to break that record. So
there you go.
They got something. They got something in front of them. But like me and Coach Rowe were talking about, like if you get the first loss early, then you just don't even think about it. To me, like you just focus on something else,
right?
Instead of putting that pressure on them. And then if the you always remember my dubs. There's always the dubs. 73-9 for what? You know what I mean, for what? There's no championship. There's no championship at the end of that. So proceed with caution. But
whenever you come across records like that, right? I didn't even know that, right? And that's a factor. These are things that you have to factor in when you're actually making your bets. Like if there's any trend and it may seem trivial, right? Oh, whatever, that team. The wins record is big for not just coaches and players, but also management. Management. Oh, well, we got this record in hand. We can get this record. We can put this on our resume. They are also wanting to push for these things too, right? So I mean, it's not. The Golden State Warriors are a prime example of that. A week and a half before the season was going to end, people were saying, you know what? You guys need to throttle down. Don't worry about this record. Get ready for the playoffs. And they came together as a collective. Like they actually had a meeting about this, a few meetings. And they were like, you know what? No. We
can go get this thing.
Exactly. Yeah. And through the playoffs, everything, I mean, nothing seemed like it was a miss. Everything looked exactly how it always looked for the Warriors that year, even better.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then Draymond.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, it, we don't have to go into that. We already know all that stuff. But with that said, they'll probably actually push for that. And with that said too, I have Stewie under 20 just because of some of the factors that Cess said, some of what the chat said. I still have that as a risky bet. Just because if Stewie's good for spurts, like really good spurts too. She did it in the Olympics. We saw it. Like there would be times where Stewie would have 2 points through a quarter and a half or 4 points through a quarter and a half, and all of a sudden, she starts running. She blocks a shot. She brings the ball down, passes it, gets it back, goes in for a layup. Next thing you know, she has 12 points in 4 minutes. And I'm like, okay. So be aware of that, because the Sparks, even though they hustle a lot, they don't have an answer for Stewie. They don't.
The thing about Stewie is 14 points when she walks on the floor.
Yeah.
14 points. Whether she plays good game, bad game, or whatever, she's gonna give you at least 14, right?
Exactly.
But to me, for Sabrina, the player to me that's supposed to go off tonight is Jonquel Jones. Jonquel's supposed to come and be Jonquel. There's no big like Derrick Hamby. Maybe she plays with Jonquel some, but like Cam Brink's not there. Derrick Hamby was at the Olympics. Sabrina was at the Olympics. Brianna was at the Olympics. Jonquel, you've been resting or whatever you've been doing. So to me, this is a prime game for Jonquel to come out and have a statement and say, like, I'm here to get us to the finish line. And I think she's supposed to do that, because as we're getting ready to go into the playoffs, I'm like, Jonquel, who are you? Because if the same Jonquel shows up from last playoffs, then all of this was for nothing, New York.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is the game that Jonquel or John King, as the fam calls her, this should be a John King game right here. This should be a John King game.
Well, you would think it would be.
Let's see here. Shantae saying, "What up, though? What up, Shantae?
What up, though?"
Okay, and Brie Wayne saying, "Okay, John King gonna show out." Okay, yeah, I agree. Well, she should. Everybody else was resting. You ain't did nothing since the All-Star game, and you didn't even half get dressed for that. So there's that.
I didn't put John King in for a few reasons. One of the main reasons is she's burned me several times this season. Like, she has just absolutely burned me several times this season already. See, I don't know what happened. I know she can shoot them, but I don't know what made her think that she's Sam Perkins, where she can get out there and knock down 2 or 3 3-pointers a game. But there's games where she will float, right? There's games like, her last 4 games before the Olympics, or last 5 games, 12 rebounds, 11 rebounds, 13 rebounds, 9 rebounds, 7 rebounds. But she's taken so many threes too. And I'm like, why? Her point totals are 6, 8, 18, 14, and 8.
It definitely depends on who's defending her, and it definitely depends on if she can bully or not.
Right.
To me, it's not gonna. To me, there's nobody out here on this team that's gonna stop the bullying. So this is a prime game for her to go beat John King. So
I had to leave her off. I mean, at least for the first game coming up, I had to.
Yeah, we can't even talk you into it. We like, no, she's burned it too many times. We straight.
No. She got me a couple times, and you know what? And if you haven't done this before, when you put in like single game bets are fine, just because if she doesn't hit, she doesn't hit. But when you put her in the parlays, where you put her in, a 3 or 4, even I do 5 and 6 person player parlays sometimes, and you hit on all 5, and then she comes in and she has 1 less rebound, or she has 2 less points than she should have, and you watch her, instead of going for a layup, she pops back out and jacks up a 3, right? And it's like, okay, all right, let me slow down on her real quick. So I'm gonna wait and see what it looks like this first game, and then maybe I'll put her back in. But as of right now, she's not on. I had to leave her off the list.
Rasheen say John King. Not a believer in her. Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to say John King want to be a guard so bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But that's what big men do.
I think so. I think we got through all of them, unless you got a risky bet on this one.
I didn't even go through. I gotta address.
Sound like John King. Sound like John King is the risky bet on this one.
Yeah, she definitely a risky. That's a risky bet that's offline. So whatever her numbers are, like her point totals, like Cess said, this is the game for her to go off. If she's gonna go off, bet the over on her points, bet the over on her rebounds. But if you feel that you need to wait or you don't think that she's going to hit these thresholds, definitely take the under on both, because it is highly likely that she will get under her point total and under her rebound total this game coming back.
Okay.
All right. Now, with that said, I need to address a few things real quick. So, Sabrina not hitting over 20 points, and I have to go back and especially after her showing at the Olympics, I'm going to go back 5 games. 22 points at Indiana, 21 points at Connecticut, 21 points at Chicago, 21 points at home versus Chicago, 28 points at Chicago, 30 points at home against Connecticut. All of those games are over 20. She is on some type of a revenge tour herself. Somebody said something to her that she didn't like, and she is out to prove a point. She is scoring over 20 points tonight against the Sparks. I don't care what kind of defense they play against her. You may see a couple of logo threes go in tonight. Pick the over on Sabrina's points. That is a free square. You heard it here first. Now, the other Rickea Jackson. I don't think I didn't go into her enough, if I did go into her at all. That 12 point threshold is way too low for the amount of touches she's going to have. She's going to get over 12. That's another free spot. Like, it doesn't even matter what kind of defense the Liberty play on her. She's going to get her points either by one-legged step back, or she's going to get it on the free throw line. And I would say, since she's going to be getting elevated minutes, I would pick the over on the 4 rebounds too, because the 4 games before the break, hold on. Oh, I just had her up. The 4 games before the break, she is hovering around 5 rebounds a game the last 4 games that she played in. And of course, it gets lost in the shuffle as soon as I start looking for it. Oh, hold on. I know where to find it. Rickea. There we go. All right. So last game against Seattle, 6 rebounds. At Dallas, 7 rebounds. The Minnesota game, she played 24 minutes. She had 1 rebound. But the game before that against Phoenix, she had 6. So she's averaging about 5 rebounds a game. I'm sure she's going to get over that 4 rebound threshold in this game too, just because she's playing more minutes and she's more active on the offensive end. And I mean, I don't know if you guys want to go over BG. I have her under 18.5 points for obvious reasons. Even though she can't be stopped if she gets the ball in the post most of the time. We got a preview of what her second half might be just by looking in the games at the Olympics. They're not going to really need BG to win this game tonight. I think Copper, or sorry, not Copper, but I think
no, you're right. You're right. I don't know why Brittany Griner was in this list.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
But yeah. Well, I still think Brittany's under 18.5. Like, I'll go back because this is the game where she should have been at was on this game.
Yeah.
So I think that she's still under 18.5. I'll be surprised if BG even really plays a whole lot. But if they don't, if she doesn't play a whole lot, I'm really excited to see what we nobody talked about Cardoso in this game. And so this is the game that I think, especially if BG doesn't play, Cardoso can really get a good start to the second half and let us know how she's trending. And I think that's going to be towards being one of the best centers in this league. So I think I'm looking for Camilla. I'm looking for both Camilla and Rickea to have Rookie of the Year type second halves. Not that they'll be the winners, but I think that they'll be, have those type of second halves to the seasons where be like, wow, okay, you can see where they're trending. They could have been in that conversation if they did it the whole year. So for me, BG, I wonder how much BG will play. I wonder how much Diana Taurasi will play, especially in this game. But I expect Copper Big Fo Senior to kind of come back and be on a heater for this one. Like I expect Kai to be on a high from coming back off the Olympics. The way it finished, the way she was able to contribute, especially after them being like, when is she playing? Why is she not playing? Is she contributing? For her to have the contribution that she had in that gold medal game, I expect her to be just riding a high and to come in trying to score on everything. So the Kai, and I'm hoping Kennedy is healthy. That back and forth, even if they're not guarding each other, should be like a movie. Should be a movie tonight. And then we got Wody. I know he was, John King's rescue. John to the rescue, Wody.
He's into the rescue.
Excuse me, Rewind. John King actually does have guard skills. Best center in the league. He's just not a center. Still not the best center in the league, man. MJ Lover made me a believer. Sabrina has been losing her mind lately. I'm just scared. Finals, Sabrina shows up. Okay.
Yeah.
Kia High Life, appreciate you becoming a member, fam. Appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you. Appreciate that. MJ, what you got? Anything before we get out?
No, this was good. That was an hour.
Yeah, just like that.
Man,
just like that. Right on. Just like that. Right on time. It go way faster than you think. That's why I be sitting here and be like, man, we've been talking 5 hours. I gotta get up and do something. Like, right. So it happens like that. I appreciate it. This is something that we are gonna be doing on a daily basis. You can look for us at 3:00 Eastern, 12:00 Pacific with the picks of the day. As we move towards football, and remember this is still all entertainment purposes, but as we move into the football season, we'll make some adjustments around when the games start and starting times and when the games fall, making sure that we get information out in a timely fashion. But please, for those of you who actually do participate in the online betting and all of that stuff, entertainment purposes for fun, whatever, let us know what those platforms are that you use, so that we can make sure that we're giving information that lines up with what you're seeing. And remember, you got to subscribe to the channel and then come into the Discord to get some of the other information that MJ Lover and some of the other fam shares in our Win a Bet section. And we're looking to continue growing this. I appreciate y'all checking us out. BG under 12. Okay. BG under 12. LL is like, we might have to have LL on the show because LL's coming back and say numbers and facts. LL is like, yeah, no, under 12 there. Okay, so the agent sees something out there. But MJ, just from the start of this thing, coming in here, I appreciate the back and forth, the banter. I appreciate your knowledge. I don't think that people understand the different levels that you actually, played hoop on, and it's not just all talk for you. The passion, your passion for the community. I appreciate you showing up and support and being even willing to share this knowledge. You first offered to do it on the Discord, and then I was like, hey, you know what? I got a great idea. You know me, always got an idea. Let's turn this thing into some kind of like just a daily midday, something we could pop up and share this info and help the community grow. So give us some feedback on what y'all thought. Janera Johnson, thank you for popping in, fam. Later on tonight, for those of y'all that are VIPs, we got the VIP with Coach Rowe tonight at 7. And we are live for WNBA back in action tonight. I know it'll be a mix-up. Some people are going to want to see the Lynx game. Go court. And then some people, of course, are going to want to see the Chicago Sky. So we're going to have to watch on multiple screens. Let's see. Y'all wouldn't want me on this show. I don't care about facts. It's statements for me. Sometimes sometimes you need that. LL, sometimes that win too. Yeah, that worked. Definitely, I rock with your channel. I use FanDuel. Okay, FanDuel. Okay. Last night, my 12 and under basketball team upset the #1 undefeated team and headed to the chip. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go. Congratulations, fam. Congratulations. Share that with us. If you got clips, stuff that we can share out across the social medias, let us know. Go court. Hey, Buki, that seems like the perfect place to end this thing. So, MJ, appreciate you, brother. Oh, they still talking. Hold on. Right? Yeah. I just say what I like versus what's really going on. Sometimes what you like is what it is. Appreciate y'all. We'll be in the Discord. I'm gonna put up in the Discord for a minute. Not no tonight. I didn't say that. Congrats, Janera. Yeah, send the info in the Discord. We will share that out for sure. For sure. We always want to make sure that we are supporting the fams. Make sure that y'all are following each other's channels. Danae's Backyard Garden, Daniel's highlights, Splash Squad. I ain't seen Splash in a minute. J Spot Network. Make sure you follow them all. KBAF, official coach Rowe. We are still taking donations for our students that we adopted to get back to school. Hit the Cash App and help us with that. I don't normally ask for the donations, but in this case, I am. And with that, I'm gonna get out of here. We're back again tonight at 7. Come join us. Until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all. I'm out. We out. Let's go.